Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today, we're diving into a story that's as jaw-dropping as it is important. A story that will absolutely make you think about your digital life. I've got a question right off the bat. When was the last time you changed your password? Don't worry, I'm not here to judge, but after what you'll hear today, you might be reaching for the reset password button faster than you think. So, here's what's up. A cybersecurity researcher named Jeremiah Fowler just uncovered something truly staggering, an enormous unsecured database stuffed with over 184 million stolen login credentials. Yep, you heard that right, 184 million! Imagine, that's more than half the US population. Now before you panic, let's unpack what happened and why it matters to you. This database wasn't locked up behind the latest security measures. Nope, it was sitting out in the open, chilling on a misconfigured cloud server. Like, imagine leaving your whole house unlocked and your diary lying on the porch for anyone to read. That's how exposed we're talking. So, what was inside? Logins for some of the biggest names: Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Discord, Google, PayPal, and more. If you use any of these, honestly, who doesn't? This news hits close to home. And here's the kicker. The total data weighed in at about 47.42 gigabytes. To give you a quick idea, that's the same as 10,000 songs or over 20,000 photos, but instead of music or vacation pics, it's millions of usernames and passwords. Spooky, right? Now the burning question, how did crooks get their hands on this massive mountain of logins? It wasn't just a simple trick. It involved Infostealer malware. If you've never heard of Infostealer malware, let me break it down. It's a type of bad software, sometimes hiding inside innocent-looking downloads or dodgy email attachments, which quietly sneaks into your device and starts scooping up sensitive data, like logins, without you even noticing. Let's take a second. Have you ever downloaded an app outside the official store or clicked a link you weren't 100% sure about? That's all it takes sometimes. If you've done that, you're not alone. But it's a good wake-up call, right? Now, imagine the impact of 184 million stolen credentials. We're talking logins tied to your social media, your banking, your communication, your online identity. With those details, someone out there could pretend to be you. Pretty unsettling. It's easy to think, hey, I'm just one person. There's no way they'd come after me. But with a haul this big, attackers often just poke around, trying logins everywhere they can. If you use the same password in more than one place, hint, a lot of folks do, this could lead from one compromise to another, like dominoes falling. This discovery is a stark reminder, as the story says, of the constant threats online. But before you get scared, remember, being aware is the first and best step towards staying safe. If you're listening right now, you already care about your cybersecurity more than most. Let's pause for a second. Do you think your own logins could be in this pile? Or have you always changed your passwords faithfully every few months? Let me know how you feel. It really is something we all need to pay attention to. Back to the nuts and bolts, this wasn't just a heist against one company. We're talking logins from Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Discord, Google, PayPal, and more, all in the same batch. It really highlights how these threats can affect anyone across multiple services. Imagine the person who accidentally left that cloud server wide open. You'd think backing up data to the cloud would be safe, right? Well, not if it's misconfigured, which means set up incorrectly so that the world can see or access it. That's what happened here, a technical slip that had enormous results. What's wild is how these data troves are often discovered. Many times, it takes a dedicated cybersecurity researcher, like Jeremiah Fowler, to go poking around the web, scanning for open servers and reporting what they find. And boy, did he find a digital goldmine here. At this point, you might be asking, how do I protect myself from this kind of thing? While today's story is more about awareness, think about your own security habits. Do you use unique passwords for every site? Do you ever check your login activity for your accounts? This is a good moment to make a mental note. Don't procrastinate on security. And for those who enjoy learning about how cyber threats work, but want to stay out of the hacker's line of fire, following stories like this is the best way to stay one step ahead. Knowledge is power, especially online. Let's talk about Infostealer malware for a second. This sneaky software doesn't just lift logins, it can sometimes pilfer credit card numbers, personal documents, browser cookies, even autofill data. Yikes! The scariest part is that it often runs silently. By the time you suspect something is up, your credentials could already be for sale in a database like the one found by Mr. Fowler. So, this story is ultimately about vigilance. It's about not letting your guard down, even for a second, and it reminds us that sometimes the biggest threats are totally invisible until someone uncovers them. Today's digital criminals are clever, organized, and always looking for new ways in. But with the right habits and a bit of cybersecurity know-how, you can seriously reduce your risk. Alright, before we wrap up, I want to remind you why stories like this matter. They give us the information and the motivation to stay sharp online. Every time a major discovery like this happens, it's a little nudge to stay on top of our digital hygiene. So, think about your own habits. Is it time to change a password or two? Maybe even set up two-factor authentication? Stick around for more updates like this, and you'll always be a step ahead of the cyber crooks. If you found this story eye-opening and want to keep learning how to guard your online world, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We break down the biggest cybersecurity stories one at a time so you'll never miss a beat. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Does this kind of news make you rethink your passwords? Were you surprised by the size of this breach? Be sure to comment your ideas, experiences, or even your own safety tips. Sharing knowledge is how we all get safer. Thanks for hanging out with me, and remember, in today's world, our best defense is paying attention. Stay curious, stay secure, and I'll catch you in the next story.